From the very heart of China's booming electric car revolution comes something so unexpected, so jaw-droppingly outrageous, that the entire automotive world has stopped in its tracks. This isn't just another luxury sedan. This isn't just another EV. This is the BYD YangWang U7, a machine so bold, so extreme, that it has single-handedly rewritten what we thought was possible from a Chinese automaker. Now, if you think Chinese car means budget-friendly, practical, or simply economical, think again. The YangWang U7 is here to shatter every stereotype, every preconception, every outdated idea you've ever had about where the world's most insane performance cars come from. Because what BYD has unleashed is nothing short of lunacy wrapped in luxury. This car doesn't whisper "I'm fast." It screams it. And not with the angry growl of a combustion engine, but with the silent, devastating acceleration of a next-generation electric powertrain that will pin you to your seat before you can even blink. The numbers? Oh, the numbers are absurd. We're talking a 0 to 100 km/h time that rivals destroys some of the most celebrated hypercars from Europe. Think Bugatti. Think Rimac. Think Tesla's Plaid. Then imagine something even more unhinged. The U7's quad-motor setup delivers a mind-bending output that pushes well beyond the 1,000 horsepower mark, with torque so immediate it feels like the car is bending the laws of physics just for you. But performance is just one part of this shockwave. Look at it. The design alone is a statement: sleek, low-slung, and sculpted for speed. Every sharp edge, every vent, every curve serves a purpose. It's not just beautiful, it's functional, with aerodynamics honed to perfection so that at insane speeds, this car remains planted, confident, and unstoppable. Step inside, and you're transported into a world where science fiction meets reality. A panoramic digital display sweeps across the dash, with AI-driven systems anticipating your needs before you even touch a control. The materials are world-class leather so soft it feels like it's melting in your hands, ambient lighting that shifts with your mood, and a cabin so silent you can hear your heartbeat when you floor it. And yes, BYD didn't just make this a performance beast, they made it smart. The YangWang U7 is dripping with technology, from autonomous driving capabilities to an advanced driver assist system that can read road conditions and adapt on the fly. This isn't just driving. This is piloting the future. What's most shocking isn't even the specs, the speed, or the style. It's the fact that this is coming from China, a nation that, just a decade ago, was barely a footnote in the supercar conversation. Now, they're not just in the conversation. They're leading it. And the U7 is proof that Chinese automakers aren't here to play catch-up. They're here to dominate. Competitors in Italy, Germany, and the US are suddenly looking over their shoulders, because if the YangWang U7 is any indication of what's to come, the global car hierarchy is about to change forever. This isn't the underdog anymore. This is the alpha predator. The BYD YangWang U7 is more than just a car. It's a statement, a challenge, and a warning all rolled into one. A warning that says, the future of high-performance luxury isn't where you think it is, it's already here, roaring silently out of China, and it's coming for everyone. So, buckle up because this is just the beginning. The driver inside? Calm. Focused. The car? Silent for now. Then, with the press of a pedal, everything changes. 4 electric motors unleash a tidal wave of power. The scenery outside blurs instantly. The numbers on the digital dash climb so fast they almost smear together. 0 to 100 km/h? Gone in less than 2 seconds. And the thing is, there's no drama, no wheel spin, no screaming engine, just the eerie, terrifying whoosh of electric power bending time and space. The car's stability is unreal. It's as if the tires are glued to the asphalt. This is where BYD's engineering sorcery kicks in. The E4 platform, with torque vectoring so advanced, it adjusts power distribution to each wheel hundreds of times per second. In the driver's seat, you don't feel like you're steering. You feel like you're commanding an extension of your body. Now cut to another scene halfway across the world. In Germany, a group of automotive engineers from a major luxury brand watch the U7's performance clips online. They are shaking their heads. Some laugh in disbelief. Others just stare in silence. This wasn't supposed to happen so soon. Because let's be honest, the automotive world has always had an unspoken rule. Hypercars come from Europe, tech EVs come from Silicon Valley, and China, well, China was just catching up. But not anymore. The YangWang U7 didn't just catch up. It leapfrogged straight to the front of the pack. And then there's the design. Oh, the design. The U7 doesn't just want to be seen, it demands it. Aggressive LED signatures that look like they're slicing through the night. Flush door handles that disappear into the bodywork. Massive carbon ceramic brakes peeking out from turbine-style rims. Every detail screams purpose, power, and precision. Inside, it's another world. The seats? Sculpted, race-inspired thrones wrapped in Alcantara and leather. The dash? A single, sweeping display that merges your speed, your navigation, your entertainment, and even real-time G-force tracking into one immersive experience. And the sound system, oh yes, tuned to perfection, so even at 300 km/h, your music feels like a private concert. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. BYD didn't just make a car for speed demons. They made a car for thinkers. The U7 comes loaded with next-gen safety tech. We're talking radar-lidar fusion systems, AI-powered hazard detection, and Level 3 autonomous capabilities that can literally take over in traffic or on long highway stretches. This thing isn't just built to thrill, it's built to think. Famous YouTube car reviewer in California gets behind the wheel for the first time. He floors it. The camera shakes. His sunglasses almost fly off. He can't stop laughing. This isn't just fast, this is ridiculous, he says, still trying to catch his breath. His comment section explodes with disbelief. Meanwhile, orders start flooding in from around the world. Europe, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, even supercar collectors who swore they'd never own a Chinese vehicle are wiring deposits. The YangWang U7 isn't just a car anymore. It's a global status symbol. And here's the final twist: BYD priced it in a way that makes European rivals sweat. You're getting Bugatti-level performance, Porsche-level luxury, and Tesla-beating tech at a fraction of the cost. It's the kind of move that doesn't just win sales, it shakes entire industries. This is more than a product launch. This is a shot fired across the bow of every supercar maker on Earth. And they all heard it loud and clear. The BYD YangWang U7 has proven one thing: the future isn't coming from where you expect. It's coming from where you least expected, and it's coming faster, louder, and stronger than anyone thought possible. Deep inside BYD's ultra-secure R&D facility, away from the public eye, the YangWang U7 takes shape. Robotic arms glide with precision, welding the ultralight chassis, every spark reflecting off the polished floors. Engineers in white lab coats walk briskly between stations, tablets in hand, studying data that could make or break the U7's global debut. In the corner, a massive wind tunnel hums like an awakened beast. The U7's sculpted body sits inside, subjected to gale force blasts that reveal every hidden aerodynamic secret. Cameras track the swirling patterns of airflow as engineers tweak and refine, a millimeter shaved here, a subtle contour added there. The result? Drag reduced to levels previously reserved for multi-million-dollar hypercars. Now, the testing moves to the proving grounds. On a closed track, the U7 is pushed to its limits. 200 km/h. 250. 300. At these speeds, most cars start to feel light, unstable. Not this one. It feels locked to the earth, like it's on invisible rails. The torque vectoring system reacts faster than human reflexes, adjusting power to each wheel before the driver even knows what's happening. In Croatia, Rimac engineers watch the footage with narrowed eyes. In California, Tesla fans fill online forums with nervous speculation. In Italy, supercar designers debate whether the U7 is the beginning of the end for the dominance of European exotics. And then comes the side-by-side testing. The YangWang U7 is lined up against a Tesla Model S Plaid, a Porsche Taycan Turbo S, and even a Bugatti Chiron for the cameras. The flag drops. In a flash, the U7 surges forward, its instant torque shredding the competition's 100 times. The Chiron eventually claws back at higher speeds, but the message is clear: in the real-world sprint, China's electric monster is king. CNBC headline: BYD's U7 is a wake-up call for the supercar industry. BBC News anchor: In a move few saw coming, China's BYD has unveiled an electric sedan that can challenge and in some cases outperform the world's most exclusive cars. YouTube car channels? Exploding with review requests and jaw-dropping reaction videos. Clips of the U7's insane acceleration rack up millions of views overnight. Meanwhile, inside BYD's HQ, the marketing team is tracking the chaos. Orders are pouring in faster than the servers can handle. Emails from VIP clients, celebrity drivers, even royal families arrive with the same short message: "Reserve one for me." BYD isn't stopping here. The YangWang U7 is just the first strike. There are whispers of a track-only version, an even more powerful U7R, with performance figures that sound like science fiction. The camera pans back to the car gleaming under the spotlight. It's more than metal, wires, and batteries. It's a symbol. A warning that the balance of power in the automotive world has shifted and it may never shift back. The era of the YangWang U7 has begun. The world premiere, Shanghai Auto Show. The lights go out. The massive convention hall falls silent. Thousands of journalists, industry insiders, and VIP guests sit in anticipation. A deep bass hum shakes the floor, followed by the sound of wind rushing as if the audience is standing inside the cockpit of a car accelerating at impossible speeds. A giant LED screen flickers to life, showing a slow-motion shot of molten metal being poured, robotic arms welding, and tires spinning in a blinding white light. The silhouette of the YangWang U7 appears barely visible, but enough to send ripples of excitement through the crowd. Then, the screen splits into four, each showing one of the U7's quad motors coming to life. The hum builds into a futuristic electric roar. Smoke billows onto the stage. The lights flash in sync with the pounding music. And then it happens. The platform rises, and there it is, the BYD YangWang U7, gleaming under a halo of spotlights. Cameras flash like fireworks. Journalists lean over each other for the perfect shot. BYD's CEO steps onto the stage, smiling, letting the anticipation grow. Ladies and gentlemen, the world has waited long enough. This is the future of performance. On the big screen, numbers appear in giant bold letters. 0 to 100 km per hour, 1.9 seconds. Top speed, over 300 km per hour. Power, 300 plus horsepower. Range, 700 plus kilometers. The crowd gasps. Some clap. Some shout. Some just sit frozen. Social media managers are watching the live comments pour in. This can't be real. Europe is finished. Tesla, are you watching? The hashtags #YangWang U7, #China Supercar, and #BYD dominate global trends within minutes. But outside the auto show, on a nearby test track, a small group of engineers is running an undisclosed prototype, a matte black U7, stripped of luxury trim, wearing wider tires and a massive rear wing. Rumor has it, this is the U7R, a track weapon that could make even hypercar owners sweat. Inside the cockpit, the driver tightens his gloves. The pit engineer leans in, push it. All the way. The car launches. The acceleration is brutal, the sound almost alien, a mix of electric whine and air slicing at insane velocity. Corner after corner, the tires claw into the asphalt. Data streams to laptops in the pit lane. The engineers exchange looks. Quiet smiles. They know they're onto something historic. Back at the main event, a group of Italian journalists gather in a corner, speaking in hushed tones. If this is what China can build now, what happens in 5 years? Nearby, a German luxury brand executive discreetly records video on his phone. The era of dismissing Chinese cars as cheap copies is officially dead. Meanwhile, in Dubai, a wealthy collector watches the live stream from his penthouse. He makes one phone call: get me the first one in the Middle East. And that's the thing, the U7 isn't just selling cars. It's selling prestige. It's redefining what it means to own a statement piece on wheels. Behind the scenes in BYD's HQ, the design team sits together, exhausted but buzzing with adrenaline. They watch the live reveal from their studio, knowing the world is finally seeing the machine they've been perfecting for years. Some tear up. Others fist bump. One quietly says, "We just changed history." And still, this is only the surface. Hidden deep inside BYD's skunkworks are sketches of future YangWang models, an SUV, a roadster, and even a concept hypercar with specs that look impossible on paper. The sun hasn't yet crested the jagged peaks, but the roads are already alive with the hum of precision machines. A matte silver YangWang U7 sits at the base of a mountain pass, its body reflecting the faint orange glow of the coming day. Around it, a film crew readies drones, car-mounted cameras, and chase vehicles. The driver steps out anonymous, helmeted, all business. He doesn't speak. He simply climbs in, straps down, and taps the start sequence. The car awakens with a rising electric pulse, like a beast inhaling before the hunt. Camera 1 ready. Drones airborne. Go when you're hot. The U7 rolls forward silently. Then with a flick of the wrist and a squeeze of the throttle it launches. The acceleration is instantaneous. The rear air radio crackles. Camera catches the chase car falling behind in seconds. The tires bite hard into the tarmac as the car snakes through the first series of bends, each corner taken with surgical precision. From the drone's perspective, the silver bullet carves its way up the mountainside, switching back and forth between tight hairpins and open straights. The torque vectoring system seems to cheat physics. No understeer, no hesitation, just pure fluid movement. The speed is unreal. 120, 150, 200 km per hour on sections where most sports cars would be gasping for grip. And then, ahead, a black Porsche Taycan Turbo S appears, driven by a local pro. It's no coincidence. This is the challenge. The Porsche driver sees the U7 in his mirrors and pushes harder. But every time he exits a corner, the YangWang is already there, closer, sharper, hungrier. On a long straight, the U7 lunges forward, overtaking in a single, blistering surge. The drone captures it perfectly, 2 titans, one in retreat, one ascending to claim the crown. The driver's hands barely move. Every input is smooth, controlled, confident. The AI stability systems are feeding just enough assistance to make the impossible feel effortless. The scenery blurs, the sound is pure electric aggression, and the mountain echoes with the whistle of high-speed air being torn apart. At the summit, the U7 rolls to a stop, steam rising from its brakes. The drone circles overhead, capturing the panoramic view, the car, the mountains, and the unshakable sense that we're witnessing something historic. Meanwhile, in a private garage in Monaco, a billionaire collector watches the footage on a 100-inch screen. Behind him sits a Bugatti Chiron, a McLaren Speedtail, and a Rimac Nevera. He leans forward in his chair, nods slowly, and mutters, "We need one." Back to the mountain pass. The crew is ecstatic, reviewing the footage. But the driver? He's already looking at his watch. "We're not done," he says, eyes locked on the road leading back down. Because downhill is where the real test begins. The descent is a ballet of speed and precision. The regenerative braking system isn't just slowing the car, it's harvesting energy, feeding the battery for the next assault. Every braking point is exact, every corner exit explosive. It's like watching a predator descend from the high ground, certain of its dominance. At the bottom, the crew claps, the driver finally lifts his visor, and for the first time, he smiles. "Now," he says, "let's see what it can do on the highway." Nightfall, the Pearl River Expressway. The city lights of Guangzhou shimmer in the distance, reflecting off the glossy black asphalt. The YangWang U7 sits at an empty toll booth, its LED signature glowing like the eyes of some cybernetic creature. The air is cooler now, denser, perfect for a top-speed run. Inside, the driver flips the car into hyper mode. The dash changes, gauges sharpen, animations speed up, and the car lowers itself slightly, ready for aerodynamic war. All chase units ready. Live stream is up. You're live to over 1.2 million viewers worldwide. A green light flashes. The driver floors it. The silence is replaced by a rising electric scream as the U7 rockets forward, the toll booths disappearing into a blur of neon. 100 km per hour in under 2 seconds. 200 km per hour in less than 6. The road ahead glows under the streetlights, each one flashing past like strobe lights in a tunnel. The HUD projects a ghost-like racing line, guiding the driver through the optimal path. Then headlights appear in the mirrors. A red Ferrari SF90 Straydale. A Tesla Model S Plaid. And a McLaren 765 LT3 rival predators here to prove a point. The Ferrari makes the first move, sliding alongside at 250 km per hour. The sound of its V8 hybrid is loud, furious, desperate. The U7's driver glances sideways, smirks, and pushes harder. The instant torque shoves the car forward, and the Ferrari's headlights shrink in the mirror. Next, the Tesla. Brutal acceleration, but it fades after a few seconds. The U7 keeps pulling. The Plaid driver can only watch. The McLaren? Agile, but outmatched. The YangWang's grip, aero, and sheer power keep it untouchable. The livestream chat explodes. No way this is real. China just ate Europe and America for breakfast. I'm selling my Lambo. At 310 km per hour, the car is still planted, still calm. The cameras capture the city skyline rushing past, in the background a blur of skyscrapers and neon. The AI stability control makes micro-adjustments at speeds that should terrify any human. Police chatter cuts in over the scanner. Unknown vehicle spotted, excessive speed, but by the time they mobilize, the U7 is gone, vanishing into the dark like it was never there. Hours later, a hidden underground garage. The U7 rolls in, its brakes glowing faintly, the air around it hot from the run. The driver steps out, removes his helmet, and hands the keycard to a man in a tailored suit. That, the man says quietly, was history. Behind them, a wall-sized display shows a live map of global news coverage. CNBC, BYD U7 just redefined the hypercar. Top Gear, the game has changed forever. Car and driver, the most dangerous car to Europe's supercar legacy. And somewhere in a boardroom in Stuttgart, a German CEO stares at the footage in silence, knowing the age-old hierarchy has just been broken. Location, an undisclosed coastal airstrip in the Middle East. It's 2:17 a.m. The desert wind carries the scent of jet fuel and sea salt. Floodlights cut through the darkness, revealing a lineup of the rarest, most absurdly expensive cars on Earth. A Bugatti Chiron Super Sport. A Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut. A Rimac Nevera. A Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. And now pulling up in complete silence, the BYD YangWang U7. The other drivers glance over. Some smirk. Some shake their heads. To them, this is a newcomer crashing the party, a gatecrasher with no right to stand alongside automotive royalty. A man in a crisp white thobe walks down the line of cars, clipboard in hand. He's the organizer, a billionaire collector who turns speed into spectacle. He stops at the U7, looks it over, then simply says, "Show me what you can do." The race format is simple: 3 heats down the mile-long runway. No second chances. Heat 1, Rimac Nevera vs BYD YangWang U7. The Rimac's driver smirks, confident in his 1,914 horsepower advantage. The flag drops. Both cars vanish forward in silence, electric titans at war. At first, they're neck and neck, but halfway down the strip, the U7's torque vectoring and brutal acceleration start to show. It inches ahead, then surges forward. By the time they cross the line, the U7 has a clear lead. The crowd erupts. Phones are out. The livestream chat is chaos. How is BYD beating Rimac? This is insane. Heat 2, Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut vs BYD YangWang U7. Gas vs electric. Swedish engineering vs Chinese innovation. The Jesko's V8 roars like thunder. The U7 hums like a turbine. The launch? The Koenigsegg struggles for traction, while the U7 hooks instantly and rockets away. The Jesko fights back with insane top-end speed, but the finish line comes too soon. The U7 wins by less than half a car length. Even the Jesko driver steps out laughing, shaking his head. I did not expect that. Heat 3, the finale: Bugatti Chiron Super Sport vs BYD YangWang U7. The Bugatti is a monster 1,577 horsepower, quad-turbo W16, and the kind of top speed that's borderline illegal to even mention. The starter raises the flag. The tension is so thick you can hear the crowd holding their breath. The flag drops. The Chiron leaps forward with a roar, but the U7's instant torque is devastating. For the first 400 meters, the BYD is ahead. The Bugatti claws back in the final stretch, its monstrous top speed threatening to close the gap, but the line arrives too soon. The U7 crosses first. The crowd loses its mind. Phones go flying. Some of the world's richest car owners are suddenly realizing that their crown jewels just got humbled by an electric machine from China. The organizer walks over to the U7's driver and simply nods. "You're in." An unspoken rule of the Midnight Club: you don't earn respect with money. You earn it with speed. And tonight, the BYD YangWang U7 earned it in front of the fastest, most exclusive audience in the world. From that moment, whispers spread across the globe. In elite garages, owners start asking one question: can the U7 really be the fastest car on Earth? 1. Nürburgring, Germany. The Green Hell. The ultimate test of speed, grip, and endurance. It's dawn, and the track is shrouded in mist. The U7 rolls out of the pit lane, its headlights cutting through the fog. Engineers in BYD jackets watch from the pit wall, eyes glued to telemetry screens. The first lap? A warm-up. The second? Ruthless precision. Every corner is attacked with mechanical confidence carousel, Flugplatz, Flansgarten names that make even the bravest drivers sweat. When the lap is over, the time flashes on the leaderboard, 6 minutes and 38.02 seconds faster than almost every hypercar in history. The European press is stunned. Some applaud. Others call it impossible. But the stopwatch doesn't lie. 2. Dubai Desert Endurance Run. This test isn't about lap times, it's about stamina. A convoy of SUVs, trucks, and support cars trail the U7 as it streaks across endless desert highways under blistering 45 degrees Celsius (113 degrees Fahrenheit) heat. Sandstorms whip across the road, but the car's advanced filtration system keeps the cabin cool and clean. At each checkpoint, technicians check the battery temp stable. Tire wear? Minimal. Energy efficiency? Unbelievably high for a car with this much power. After 1,000 kilometers of punishing heat, the U7 still has enough charge for another run. Competitors in combustion engines? Overheated and towed away hours ago. 3. Arctic ice speed trial, Sweden. Now it's the opposite extreme, minus 25 degrees Celsius, a frozen lake, and a track carved into pure ice. Studded performance tires replace the slicks. The U7's torque vectoring is retuned for maximum grip on the slippery surface. The start is silent, then whoosh. The U7 blasts forward, carving through corners like a figure skater with a grudge. Its regenerative braking turns slippery braking zones into perfect charging moments, feeding power back into the battery with every icy hairpin. At the end of the day, it sets a new electric vehicle ice speed record, with GPS-confirmed speeds topping 270 km per hour. 4. Tokyo, Japan, Street Circuit Showdown. Tokyo's neon-lit streets close for one night, only turning the city into a playground for an exclusive invitational street race. The U7 is joined by a Nissan GT-R Nismo, a Lexus LFA, and a McLaren P1. Through Shibuya, crossing past Tokyo Tower and down the expressway tunnels, the U7's silent aggression slices through the air. The crowd on the overpasses watches in disbelief as the Chinese electric hypersedan takes the win against Japan's most iconic speed machines on their home turf. 5. Laguna Seca, California. American soil. Legendary track. Car reviewers, influencers, and skeptics pack the stands waiting to see if the U7 can prove itself where it matters to the US market. Its smooth, brutal, and consistent hitting lap times that embarrass muscle-bound supercars and even some race-prep track toys. The infamous corkscrew? The U7 dives into it like it's nothing, exits without a twitch and blasts onto the straight as the crowd roars. China's U7 leaves rivals in the dust across 5 continents. BBC. The first global hypercar king? Motor Trend. From Shanghai to the world, how the U7 rewrote the rulebook? Wired. But here's the twist: BYD's world tour isn't just about showing off. Every run, every race, every test is feeding real-time performance data back to headquarters. The engineers aren't just celebrating, they're already building the next version. And whispers begin to circulate about the YangWang U7, our prototype so extreme it may never be street legal. The BYD YangWang U7's acceleration isn't just blisteringly quick, it redefines what fast means for an electric luxury sedan. With a 0 to 100 km/h time that rivals dedicated hypercars, this machine bridges the gap between extreme performance and high-class comfort. The instant torque from its quad-motor system means that no matter the speed, the car can deliver a gut punch of acceleration with surgical precision. It's the kind of performance that forces you to grip the seat and hold your breath, even if you've experienced fast cars before. BYD has infused it with advanced active suspension technology capable of reading the road ahead through cameras and sensors, then adjusting each wheel's damping in milliseconds. This creates a sensation as if the road imperfections vanish beneath you. Imagine cruising at high speed over rough tarmac and still feeling as though you're gliding on glass. That's what this suspension delivers. Step inside and the U7 continues to flaunt its absurdity. The interior is a masterclass in futuristic luxury, blending ultra-premium materials like suede, carbon fiber, and polished aluminum with cutting-edge tech. A massive central display acts as the nerve center, while a passenger-side screen ensures everyone on board gets a taste of the digital magic. Rear passengers? They're treated to executive-class seating with reclining massage ventilation and even a panoramic roof that bathes the cabin in light. And then there's the AI-driven control system, a feature that might just set the YangWang U7 apart from even the most advanced Teslas or Lucid models. The AI doesn't just manage driving assistance, it learns your habits, adjusts climate and suspension preferences automatically, and can even recognize different drivers through facial recognition. The exterior is equally jaw-dropping, sharply sculpted lines, aerodynamic channels, and an aggressive yet elegant stance that makes it impossible to mistake this for anything but a flagship performance EV. The headlights, with their jewel-like LED arrays, almost seem alive when they animate on startup, while the taillights stretch across the rear in a futuristic light signature worthy of a sci-fi movie. And of course, BYD didn't just focus on speed and looks, they made sure the YangWang U7 has the range to match. Thanks to a massive battery pack and highly efficient motors, this super sedan promises impressive long-distance capability without sacrificing performance. The advanced charging system supports ultra-fast DC charging, letting you add hundreds of kilometers of range in minutes. China has thrown down the gauntlet with this car. It's not just a luxury EV, it's a statement, a bold declaration that Chinese automakers can go toe-to-toe with the world's most prestigious brands and even surpass them in certain areas. And so the BYD YangWang U7 isn't just another ambitious EV project, it's a bold statement that China is ready to dominate the high-performance luxury car segment on a global scale. It's a fusion of jaw-dropping engineering, groundbreaking electric technology, and unapologetic design confidence. From the moment it was revealed, the world's automotive industry took notice. Some saw it as an over-the-top flex, others as a genuine leap forward in innovation, but no one could ignore it. This is a car that turns heads, silences skeptics, and sparks debates everywhere it goes. In a world where electric vehicles often blend into a sea of minimalism, the YangWang U7 stands tall as an audacious outlier, a machine that screams performance, power, and prestige. Whether you love it or question it, one thing's for sure, it has forced every major automaker to rethink what's possible. This is not just a Chinese luxury EV. This is China's challenge to the world, a bold reminder that the future of cars is not just about following the rules, but rewriting them. The BYD YangWang U7 isn't asking for permission, it's taking the spotlight. Because in the end, history remembers the disruptors, the game changers, and the innovators, and right now the YangWang U7 is writing its name in the history books.